Friday the 13th, dude. Wowzers.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
Oh God, I forgot to bet everything
Friday
on
the
Keegan
13th
Murray
Warrior.
today. Shit.
All right, Eric, why don't you give us an introduction here?
As Wyatt said, it's Friday the 13th. It's the 13th Warrior. Travis, this was, I think, the one that made you want us to do this podcast in the first place, just so you could talk to someone about this movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was a favorite of when I was 10 years old, so this has been a long time coming.
Maybe I give a little intro, but actually that's exactly what I want to get into. So this was made in 1999, starring Antonio Banderas, and it's by your director, John McTiernan, who did...
Die Hard, among other things.
Well, no, what's the first one we watched?
Oh, yeah.
Pierce Brosnan
Thomas Crown Affair.
Thomas Crown.
Yeah.
So it's another one from that guy.
He's really excited that we're doing this podcast.
He's a ball player. He puts out hits. That's what he does.
Travis, did you notice? Did you notice on the directors it says Crichton did reshoots?
Yeah, well,
satisfied.
I mean, if you're looking at this movie, the first thing you'll find is it's now they're arguing it, but it's basically considered the biggest flop ever. Cost 90 million, or originally they said it cost 160 million to make and made 60 million worldwide. So lost $100 million.
Well, I'm glad we contributed $4 back to that.
Yeah, they're still making money.
Do you, Wyatt and Ben, remember this movie being a big deal?
No.
Like when we were kids? I remember the name, but I
do remember the name.
Shocked me. That means it had to have been like promoted a shit ton, but I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, it's the director of Die Hard, Predator.
Yeah,
and,
that makes sense.
And honestly, one of my favorite things about the movie is the sheer scale. I mean, do you know how much money it cost to, like, when they were doing those shots of them like following the people on the horses and all those fucking people? That's expensive, man.
I wasn't really
honest.
about that during the movie for some reason, but you're right.
No, it was not. Yeah, the scale of it. It was like it wasn't poorly done, like at all. I don't think the action was. You know what I mean? Like some of the.
But none of you liked it.
No, I didn't hate it.
It's fine
at all.
It's fine.
To be honest, the opening scene with that ship, I was like, oh my god, this movie is already cooler than I imagined it would be based on like the cover. It kind of made it look. I don't know. There was something like artistic, like it was like a portrait of like a Viking vessel, and I do like the Viking life, you know, on the sea, and I was like, oh shit, dude, like this might actually be cool, but you know, then they went through his whole you know intro to becoming on onto that ship and all. I don't know, dude. It was
intro takes you out a little bit.
I did like that intro though. It got me. I was like, damn.
Did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here's the main question I have for you people, because I watched it as a 10-year-old. Now I've rewatched it, and one of the things that struck me is I was like, and I don't know if this is because I've already seen it, but it was pretty obvious that they were never monsters. Did you think they were monsters ever?
What?
Yeah, the bear guys,
the bear people.
When they first
no.
I just thought it was like really shitty costume work, but I thought they were supposed to not be. I thought they were like monsters.
Okay.
I didn't think they were going to be humans, and just thought it was like bad.
You thought they were like a hybrid
first or something? Like I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I initially knew like those are humans with like wearing like animal shit, but I maybe thought they were like a hybrid in hopes. But yeah, it kind of became evident.
Yeah.
Well, the one guy like lifted Antonio Banderas over his head pretty easily, and then like all the bodies disappeared.
Yeah.
So that threw me off a little bit because I assumed the same thing. Like, oh, they're just wearing, costumes and shit.
Yeah, it was all for show, for just scare tactics.
I never actually got to speak. I didn't like this movie at all. I just got to say it. I actually hated this movie. Travis sent me $5 to watch it, and I appreciate that. But I was thinking, how much would Travis have to pay me to rewatch it? And I think it's like no bullshit. I wouldn't watch it if I couldn't have my
$100.
No, I wouldn't do it. I thought about it. I really thought about it. $30. That's the starting point.
$30.
Like anything less, and I can't have my phone. I'm not gonna watch that again.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't.
It wasn't bad. It was just like I was just never into it at any point, and it was just I just never understood what the point was. I think that was the biggest problem. It was like, well, what is happening? Why?
That was definitely a question I had at the end. Was there supposed to be a meaning throughout that?
Yeah.
An overall
why it used to be like the intro, but I thought the intro was weird because they're like, it was very quick after the ship. They're like, yeah, I think it was like he looked at this guy's wife, so he sent him away. And then
no. Yeah, I liked the intro of the ship. Literally after that, and immediately as they left the ship, I didn't give a fuck. Like I was like, oh no, I want to see Viking action. Like I don't give a fuck.
Very quick. They're like, yeah, this guy walked, and then now he's here, and he's speaking Greek to these Vikings, and like there's all this translating all going on. All of a sudden, I'm just like, what? All right, and then, but it's like 20 minutes of like just like translating. It took a long time for them to get into like the 13th Warrior like bone thing, I thought.
Well, let's talk about, I think this was within the intro scene. It was the most what was the most disgusting scene you ever saw in your life was this movie. They were sharing a wash.
Oh God.
I almost threw up. And then he was just like, oh hell no. But yeah, that's like Viking shit. Like they didn't know what the fuck they were, I feel like they didn't know what made you sick and they had no clue. They were just going on what they had, rations, like, who knows? They were barbarians, dude.
They're sharing their spit with their Valhalla brothers. It's all good.
Exactly.
At the Vikings, I was expecting this to be more of like a samurai or straight medieval movie or like some Arab shit. I did not see like the Viking angle coming in.
Yeah, I mean, you
don't see Antonio Banderas and think Viking.
Really. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Not at all.
I didn't. You know what? I didn't look at him and think Muslim either.
No. I didn't get him.
How much did you guys like the eye makeup at the beginning? Like that was going to make him look Muslim.
It's eyeliner, dummy. That's what I wrote.
He looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love Vikings. My dad was like obsessed with Vikings. I need to figure out this one movie he watched with like Eric the Red. Like there was this one Viking because I think I just have an affinity for Vikings because my dad watched really weird shit on like the old Sci-Fi channel. Do you remember the old Sci-Fi network with like Mystery Science Theater 3000 and shit? Mm-hmm. He'd be watching that shit like every night, and I'd go down and just watching the weirdest fucking movies. So
Xena Warrior Princess or something.
No, that's not even weird enough. But yeah, the eyeliner was tremendous. I love Vikings, but they didn't really depict Vikings as gruesome as they are, I don't think, or at least as they say they were.
No, they were a little bit more like pretty boyish besides like their leader, King guy or whatever.
Oh, that guy was so fucking badass.
He's my favorite.
All right. Well, this was actually a Michael Crichton book, which he wanted to do basically his own version of Beowulf.
Tremendous.
And Beowulf.
Was that Dolph Lundgren's brother or no?
Wait, Dolph Lundgren's brother?
Seems like a Lundgren lineage.
The main Viking guy?
Yeah, he had a little Lundgren in him.
He had a little Lundgren in him?
He definitely had some Lundgren.
Vladimir Kulich.
Yeah.
That guy was good.
Did he play center for University of what? Wow. No, I thought there was some really cool shit about this movie. As much as this movie kind of was not that captivating, like when they went to like the city in the woods where like people were like, I don't remember, where everyone was dead, and then their journey through the caves was really cool.
Caves.
Like,
how can you not like the fucking cave scene? Come on.
Dope as shit.
Eric?
Which cave scene? Which specific part?
Jesus Christ, Eric.
The whole of them going into the caves, going down and killing the queen.
Shit that like happened in the caves, like they were like, "Hey, how do we get out of here?" All of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, the ocean's right there." That didn't make sense to me.
It
was a callback to earlier in the movie. They talked about the Thunder Cliffs. If you were paying, were you looking at your phone the whole time, Eric?
Pay attention about the Thunder Cliffs.
That's how they got saved.
God, he's so stupid.
But actually, that does bring a funny point. There's like 3 times in the movie where Antonio Banderas just starts whispering to himself like some revelation, like,
"Oh my God,
it's a man, it's a man." And then in the caves, he's like, "The thunder, it's the Thunder Cliffs."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And all of a sudden, like, look, water, and then they're like jumped in. It's like the ocean was at their feet.
They already saw the water.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, they kind of pulled off they tried to hide their bad battles with like darkness as well. That one decapitation was so bad, such a fake head beheading. Do you remember that?
They made it look very easy to decapitate someone.
Yeah, people were getting beheaded
I don't
a
think
lot.
the spinal cord severs that easily.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you were saying, they were trying to throw you off the tail a little bit, that they were just people, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. Was that movie really, like you said, it lost a lot of money? Was it well rated at least? I don't even know.
No, not at all. Like, what's his name? What were the two famous reviewer people? The thumbs up people, Roger and Ebert. They gave it bad reviews. It got bad reviews.
It's 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I was like, yeah, that's probably. I mean, I wouldn't give it much more. Because there's some good things. Like they tried, but I think
42 on Metacritic.
There's a cult following though now. Chad Dukes is a big fan.
No surprise.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I can see it in certain parts. That movie. This is the problem with movies. Like, it's really hard to make a cohesive movie. Like, dude, like that's a lot of time to cover. If there's lulls and parts of the plot, but I did like some of the adventure aspects of this. You know, they were on ships, they were going through caves, they were fucking going through. I don't know, dude. Like, it was cool, but I don't know, it was missing something.
I wonder. Since like one of my first introductions to like this, even though Game of Thrones isn't Vikings, but like Game of Thrones, like was the first fantasy thing that I really liked. So I wonder if like I hold it up to that and it's like this looks like nothing. And I wonder if you, Travis, watching as a kid, that's why you like it more. Like it held up better to you than it would to someone like me, who's like, I just don't think it like holds up. Like there's just not a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say I was actually shocked to see it was made in 1999.
I thought it was older than that. I thought it was gonna be like 92 or 93.
Oh wow! I thought it was not
I almost thought maybe like 80s even.
That's why I was shocked when I saw the amount that went into it, which I guess
I disagree. I disagree, Travis. I'm with you. I thought it looked good for its time. It could have been 2006 for all I knew.
I mean, did you guys see the shots with them like following the people on the horses, throwing the torches? They're like coming through the camp.
Yeah.
That's some of the best action sequences I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the action sequences except for the last one.
Yeah, that
was so brief and to the point.
Well, Antonio Banderas he's not a lead like that. He really, I mean, especially, I don't know, dude. Can he really handle a movie like that? He was not even like fully able to speak.
He was a big leading man back then.
Well, what was he doing?
He was good in Zorro, but I mean, he was kind of a funny, you know, he wasn't, he wasn't like a serious.
Yeah.
That was in my notes.
What?
I thought that they tried to add way more humor to the film than I thought they would.
He's always quirky. He's quirky like that.
Oh, but also, I don't feel like he was like the main character of the story, even though he was the star of the movie. Like, I feel like the Viking King is the star of the story, whereas Banderas is kind of just like a narrator almost.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the narrator. I was gonna say it's kind of like the narrator in Great.
Well, that is the point. The Viking King is Beowulf, and this guy was, writing, and he's like, at the end, he's like, a man would be thought lucky if he, was somebody wrote his story. So he's writing the story of Beowulf. Yeah.
Dude, that was cool, and I liked that when that whole scene when he went out back, he looked so white.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like, I truly love the fact that they didn't give a fuck about dying. His friend, when he knew his buddy was dying, he was talking about it like, who gives a fuck? We're going to Valhalla. We don't give a fuck. Like, we're gonna be fine. They literally don't care.
Yeah.
So kind of nice in a sense of like they just do their thing. That belief is obviously seemingly totally false, but it would be nice to just be like, I'm just gonna go all out and die, and I know that I'm going to I'm going to be fine.
I don't give a fuck if this bear
rips the
head off. I'm going to Valhalla.
I'm gonna get so many Vikings.
Claw my head away. Do what you got to do.
What was the feeling on how they made the whole language barrier work in the film?
Hated it.
Guys?
Too much. Way too much. Didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense.
What about the montage where he learns the language? You didn't like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm
learning the language.
I listen.
I listen.
Yeah. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I felt like I should have
made
shrooms at that point.
It made
the
sense,
fire
but
scene?
it was.
Yeah.
I think there's a reason nobody had ever done that before, and they just put subtitles.
I literally was like, should I have taken shrooms to watch this movie? What is happening?
Yeah,
that's kind of what they. That's kind of what they did in Arrival.
This is why we need Desi. Is Desi needs to take shrooms and watch the movie and give.
I think I would have enjoyed it more.
No, you would have. I think you would have fucked with that movie hard if you were on shrooms.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's my point.
Except it might have been kind of frightening at points.
We should all just be on shrooms literally every other day. When we watch these movies, let's just do shrooms too. It'll be the movie Shroomhorn.
I can't do
Shroomhorn.
Microdosing?
Sure.
Why not? Sure. Just a little microdose. Sure. Shove it up your asshole. Sure.
Macrodose.
Macrodose. Put it in your pee hole. Sure.
Sure.
The problem is with the movie was the fact that it wasn't that great of a movie. To be honest.
Yeah, but this sort of
sucks to bastardize.
What do you, Travis? What do you think watching it again? Like, when was the last time you watched it?
I mean, I've watched it since I was 10 years old. I've watched it a few times, but this was the first time in a while. I like it. I still like it.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't. This compared to Thomas Crown Affair, I mean, this is nice. This is night and day.
I like Thomas Crown Affair way more.
What are you?
I mean,
I like this height.
I'm a big fan of this director. I've pretty much liked all his movies, but I think it's an interesting thing that you bring up, Eric, about the Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones is all about character development too, along with the crazy plot stuff going on. Yeah. And this movie there's literally zero character development. It's just plot, 2 hours long. Nothing going on aside from that. And I like to see some of those movies sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Sometimes the character development isn't worth it. Like if it's not something that you're gonna, invest in.
Or it has to be a 3-hour-long movie, and I don't want every movie to be 3 hours. Occasionally,
I was happy with the runtime. Very happy.
You can develop a character a little bit. Like they didn't develop Antonio Banderas at all. Like that was my point. Yeah. They were just like, this guy's walking away, and then all of a sudden he's like,
probably
my
biggest thought after watching that film was. No one who watched that film would walk away from the movie and be able to name Antonio Banderas' character.
Eben.
They probably maybe mentioned his name like 3 times fully. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the main character was basically nameless the entire time because
there was his
Viking. They called him Eben.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what they called him. I was just calling him Banderas.
When he was like, my name was Eben, blah, blah, and then he was like, you're just this. He's like, and then he like completely dropped his action. He's like, no, listen, it's Albert. Like, there's like,
good for him. He was hiding it.
He dropped the accent.
Like some Arab accent that was.
He literally was talking like he didn't know English, like how to speak, and then all of a sudden knew how. It was crazy. Good for him. That's good acting, to be honest. He didn't get enough credit. You guys, do you remember the honey ale when he could drink? There, he was like, "It's made of honey, you idiot!" And then they share the honey ale and they have sex.
Yeah.
I didn't really get that. Was that alcoholic honey?
Oh, they had sex.
It was probably mead.
So it was alcoholic.
I guess you can ferment honey, I guess too. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I know. But
it's called mead.
He couldn't drink alcohol because of his religion?
He said something about grapes.
Yeah.
But the honey's okay? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't drink wheat or grapes.
There was a couple of those religious things that they put in there that I didn't, really understand with the.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. That side of it.
That was kind of odd.
Doesn't seem like he was really.
They definitely wouldn't do that now.
It seemed like they were trying to like.
That would have been a lesbian.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, say there was some overarching theme of God in the film, but I didn't.
He was there. He was there. God was there.
Man. Take us to the God angle. There's
Come
a
on,
God
Dan.
angle.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like he at the beginning of the film, he tries to explain Muhammad to the Northmen, and Then at the end, he does. If you remember, before the battle, he takes off his boots and does his prayers.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
so like
about.
I felt like they were trying to like make that a big part of the theme, especially because the Northmen didn't believe in really any god. They just had the Valhalla. Like they have heaven, but no god, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think you found the meaning? I think it was a god, afterlife, death kind of meaning.
Yeah.
No. Don't even.
Especially, I guess.
There's no meaning.
Yeah,
There's meaning.
I guess
there's a lot of meaning if you look hard enough.
That was deep, dude,
novel
to be honest.
named Eaters of the Dead or whatever.
Do you remember when Benicio was in fighting mode and he couldn't stop his fighting mode?
His name is not Benicio.
Whatever. He was fighting the air. He was just like, ah! Ah! I mean, his name's not Benicio? Who was this?
You're thinking of
Antonio
Benicio del Toro?
Yeah, same shit. We're fine. We're moving on.
I did think that when they first got to wherever the place they were going was up north.
Damn it, could you?
When they shot the fire arrow through the fog to figure out where land was. That was pretty sick.
Explain to me the thing with the little boy, how he was like just appeared out of nowhere in the beginning. They're like he was hiding in the fog.
No, what are you talking about? They killed his parents, and he was hiding somewhere where they didn't see him, and he escaped.
Yeah, dude.
Did you watch this movie, Eric?
Yeah, no, the boy in the very beginning, they said that the boat came over. Shoehorn, Desi.
Do you remember the
Shoehorned him in
that the Viking guy gave? He was like, there's spirits, bad spirits. He's waiting for them. He's like, because there's bad spirits, they could think he's not real and a bad spirit.
No, it's because the bears come from the fog. So they have like a thing in their land where if you're like in the fog, you try to make the other person feel safe.
Well, no. It was the boy that came to ask for their help is what he's referring to, I believe.
Yeah, but he comes from the bear land.
Sight. Right.
They're scared of the fog because the bears come from the fog.
Thing. I don't remember the fog being brought up. I thought it was just bad.
Yes. The fog brings the enemies. Yeah, they use it as a cloak.
Well, no, he said he was in plain sight. He's like, he's waiting for everyone to acknowledge that, like, yes, he's there and he's not a bad spirit. Basically, it was to provide like assurance to the Northmen that he was not. Yes, that he was not a bad spirit there to hurt them. He was a real thing.
See, dude,
I always took that as sort of a bear land superstition kind of thing.
Dude, I got revved up.
Well, the Northmen explained it. The Northmen explained it right away.
It was Game of Thrones-ish for a sec. It felt Game of Thrones-ish. Like, the man and the king in the north is having... I was like, oh, I'm fired up. I got fired up.
All right.
Talking about that.
Desi, welcome.
Desi!
What do you have to say about this 1999 banger?
My initial thoughts, I watched it. It was a struggle to get through it. They just kind of, there was no time to really get you into it. It's like, I kept thinking, did I miss something? Did I miss something? And I read a couple of reviews. No, Roger Ebert gave it 1.5 out of 4 stars.
Wow, it is
very underwhelming. And then, I looked up the budget. Do you guys know the budget of this?
Yeah, 160 million.
So it was 85 to 100 million, and then including like promotional, 160 million. Yeah, and that was in 1999.
And it made 60 million worldwide. It's the biggest flop all time.
Ouch! Worldwide.
It even beat like Waterworld and that stupid Travolta movie.
I mean, I don't know the
update. What Travolta movie? Which one was that?
Oh God,
Battlefield Earth. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yes.
I'm not sure which is number one, but it's up there with those. Some of the biggest flops all time.
But I'll tell you what really was what I had to rewind and watch again. Was at the point when they're around the campfire, and all of a sudden he understands them, and everyone's speaking English.
Now
they're speaking English. Like they did not. They should have had them speaking the Greek or the Norse.
I think there's a reason that they don't do that more in movies.
Yeah,
that was weird.
I don't understand the confusion at all. It made perfect sense to me.
Travis, listen.
It was dumb.
Huh? When we were both first time watching, Desi, I said the same thing as you, and I said, you know what you're missing? We should have taken shrooms at the fire scene.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm telling you, that movie would have been a 10.
But I'm glad Desi came because he literally has the same exact complaints that you all had.
Yes, exactly.
They're very apparent, apparently. Not to me.
Well, hindsight is a bitch. Everyone knows that.
So what? I mean, what did I miss? Did anybody have a favorable opinion of it?
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it as much. Eric hated it more than anyone.
Eric didn't like it.
Okay, I'm on. All right, me and Eric. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like I hated it. I was just so bored the whole time. I was just like,
If the Thomas Crown Affair is a 6, this is a 9.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought it was more engaging, at least, than Thomas Crown Affair.
I thought
in the sense that it was constantly action and adventure.
Well,
and you didn't quite know what was going on all the time.
Also, I don't know, that soundtrack when it hit those high notes when they were getting crazy, I thought that music was money.
I didn't mind the music because I didn't Thomas Crown Affair. We pointed out how the music was awful.
Oh, that was
at all.
So it wasn't like it didn't lead the movie. I feel like music has become more of a it can really be a bit like for Social Network, like movies like that literally made the movie sometimes. And I feel like I don't know if it was like that back then as much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude.
I know there was Star Wars and these.
Danny Elfman?
Back then,
have you heard these Danny Elfman movies?
Yeah.
I'd say back then though, it was more like orchestra music that they were using to and nowadays they find real songs to make the scenes to amplify the scene.
I mean, there's still in Social Network that was Trent Reznor literally scoring that, making weird ominous fucking music so that
I didn't know that. That's
why that.
I mean, I think most movies do a little bit of both. Some movies go heavier into the real songs. Some movies go heavier into the orchestra type stuff.
One of my favorite real songs ones, though, that everyone hates is Watchmen. The soundtrack for Watchmen is sick.
I'd have to go back and listen to that one.
I don't
to me, it's if you've ever seen Adventureland, I like the sound. They use a lot of old I forget what group it was, but it's really nostalgic. It's just I don't know, it fucks with me.
When
they use the proper, you know what I mean? When you use the right songs at the right time.
Yeah, Dark is one of, I know that's a TV show, but Dark soundtrack, even though it was real songs, just so good. And original songs, nobody heard of. But I think it takes away when you have Thomas Crown Affair, the electronic music and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the movie's not going to be great if I'm hearing music like that. I need symphony orchestra kind of original scored for the music for the movie.
Yeah. It can, dude. Music is I feel like music, it literally makes or breaks a movie. It could, you know what I mean?
It's a big part of a movie. It's a very big part of a movie.
Good score is hard to beat.
Place Beyond the Pines, the music had to have been good. That movie was, I don't know, man. There's something about that movie, the feel of that movie. It almost makes no sense why it's as good as it is.
I missed that one. I didn't see that.
You should watch it. It's worth a watch.
I think you would like that one.
Movie Shoehorn, we suggest it. We do suggest.
But there was a couple things in the movie I did like, going back to 13th Warrior. I'm a big fan of the set live gore. Well, no, I don't know how to the costumes, the designers, how they actually cut you open and it's
practical,
it's not CGI.
Yeah,
practical
effects. He goes and finds all those chopped off limbs and everything. I thought that looked pretty cool, well done, but sure.
I prefer that. But there was one decapitation that just, you could see the fake neck. It looks really bad. It was just what the? And it was just that spewing blood machine. Oh my God! Come on, man. I feel
Did you see the chest wound when they were in the tent?
Yeah.
Like early on.
I like that one. Yeah.
Can't remember.
I thought that was pretty.
It's like a big gap.
Well, that got my hopes up really high. Cause like, all right, now we're talking.
Yeah.
We're talking the shit Desi likes, baby. Come on, give me a shot.
I'm not talking Greek to Viking to English to Italian.
I think this was. I don't know if they did Vikings justice. Really, I really don't think they did. But that being said, I still when they got down in the waterfall, when they were like going through the waterfall. First of all, the fact that they weren't being heard was kind of shocking. You're in a cave. I don't really know how sound travels, but
I think that water is loud.
That too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But when they all got down in that water under that waterfall and they were like in pounce mode, I was like, this is kind of cool. They were like, imagine you and your buddies like about to go like, and you're like waiting in a waterfall. Like I kind of got fired up again.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool, but they were using torches for light in that cave.
But no one could
underwater. It's gonna be pitch black under there. I know it's a movie, but
there's torches everywhere. They're jumping through light. There's light being affected by shadow, but yet the dumb fucks down there never see a single shadow. It made no sense, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just skipping along.
Can I read a review that I thought could be really like?
I
wonder how much of the $160 million went to paying Lisa Schwarzerbaum, however you say her name, from Entertainment Weekly. Listen to this little excerpt. She rated it an A- and said the most unexpectedly audacious, exhilarating, and wildly creative adventure thriller I have seen in ages.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I mean, dude,
oh my Lord.
Like you were saying, now it's so rare. I mean, Mad Max Fury Road was a great example.
Are you kidding? You're joking me. You're comparing this to that. Can I go? Let me interject.
Well, I'm talking about practical effects, man. You just don't see it anymore. And
let me interject.
I thought they did a good job in this one.
I think that the movie Hook was about as exciting as this movie. And I'm not saying...
That's a great Steven Spielberg movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah, but that movie is kind of like... dude, I love that movie. But I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
All right, well, you want to talk about Hook? That's another movie that people love that...
Oh, I love it.
Especially our age that saw it, probably about the same time.
Yeah. And I've tried to watch it again. I can't really get to when he starts calling, and I can't get through the waffle. I can't do it.
No, it's still good.
Explain to me who the villains are, like the mother and the like. What was the whole point of that? Like the guy that he goes in and fights, and then the guy he fights, or the woman. And then
that
the
was
guy.
very anticlimactic. How that
he beat the guy.
Let me just go decapitate this snake head woman.
Yeah.
The goblin.
And
then the guy with the horns, he just basically knocks him off his horse.
Knocked him off and didn't get one.
Yeah, he just chest shots him.
Got one claw on him, and he didn't even really get that banged up from it.
That was...
He was like, oh, I need that guy now. I'll kill him real quick.
Watching it now, that was my biggest... That was my biggest criticism was it should have ended with the cave and not with that final battle.
They should have had an additional fight with the other guy tacked into the cave fight.
Something, but it was anticlimactic.
Think about going through a cave underwater. You don't know when it's going to pop out for air. I was a little bit claustrophobic, my guys. And I was a little on for my Viking soldiers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'd say
much light under there. There's a little too much light underwater.
You weren't worried?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's hear. Okay.
How about the water? Where did it come from anyway, Desi? Like, how was there water there all of a sudden?
And as far down as they had gone an additional tunnel down even further.
Ooh, I love tunnels.
And they're like, the water disappeared, and then they're like, oh wait, there's an ocean. Let's just dive in.
So you guys know how caves work? You guys are cave experts?
Yeah, you've been in a cave once or twice?
You've been spending a weekend doing some spelunking or something?
Yeah, fucking
I don't know the whole physics of it, but I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
At the very least, some of the shots, like I was wondering where they filmed this. based on some of the like nice ass shots they got of like.
That's a good question.
We could look that right up.
It was actually
it was BC. It was BC, Canada.
Oh,
was it?
Royal as well.
Sense. Yeah, that's a good.
Jesus
place.
Christ, Ben!
Some of the field shots were in Virginia.
You're kidding.
Ben did his homework, man.
I thought it was like Iceland or Greenland or whatever, maybe.
You know, I was going Croatia.
Croatia.
Yeah.
That's more of a warmer place.
I'm spitballing.
Okay.
The only other thing that I picked up in that movie that I thought was relevant was they kind of tried to make the fear of the unknown kind of a theme, and I thought that gave me big like Village vibes. Like maybe this is where M. Night got his inspiration to write The Village, because they thought that those things were monsters because they had never actually come face to face with one and like experienced it. Yeah.
But were they monsters or were they men? That's the question we're left with.
I don't think so.
What were they? Because they said
men.
They were
bears.
It was so weird though that like, okay, fulfill this prophecy and then they'll all just disappear. Like they just went away.
Yeah, pretty dumb.
First bears, and it goes, they're just men. But at the end, he goes in the cave. He goes, these are not men. When he sees how many.
Well, because they were eating.
They're cannibals.
It was because he thought they were eating people. That's why they took the heads and other body parts.
Saying that they're so barbaric, they're not like real men, or they're actually not men, they're bears.
Well, dude, have you ever seen Firefly?
Yeah.
You know what a reaver?
Oh yeah, the reavers. Yeah.
Like
ooh, baby.
you've gone so, you've done so much damage.
Space crazy.
Actually, I mean, this is the point of Blade Runner from a different angle. The point of Blade Runner is, if you can't tell an android from a human, like, is it human? What? I'm serious. If you can't tell a man from a monster, what?
It always comes back to Blade Runner or Michael
Crichton.
Wait till we do the Blade Runner episode.
You want to be a Blade Runner so bad.
Blade Runner's coming soon. 2049.
Better watch out,
you're done for a while, buddy.
He's hunting androids. Travis is hunting androids. He's coming.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys want to do in 2049? What do you want to do for 2049, bro?
I want to be growing. I want to have a 7-story grow house.
2049, 26 years from now, we'll be 51.
Perfect. We'll be junkies at that time.
I'll have about 9 years.
More junkies?
No, I don't know. That's
to 50. We won't see Ben.
Yeah. We'll have the option if we want to live in an artificially
intelligent. Ben's going to be a supernova?
No, Ben said he's going to die like 40 multiple times.
Oh, Ben, don't do that. Please
I mean, dude,
at
this rate with these random heart attacks and everything, like, who knows who's next? I mean,
I don't know.
Well, that depends on your diet.
Hidden genetics.
I don't have any heart attacks in my family.
There's a lot of things that can kill you.
I got heart attacks, cancer. I got it all, man. Like,
we all got cancer.
There's a million ways to die in the West.
We'll see. Can I mention another movie I watched? Because I saw that the other movie I saw mentioned for this podcast, The Menu.
Yeah, people were talking about
nobody
Have you guys seen it?
No,
not yet.
We were thinking about doing a podcast on it.
Yeah, I know, but nobody actually watched. I did watch it last night, and
no, but I did. Okay. I will admit that I watched something to clarify what the movie was about to me.
Okay.
Oh, really?
You didn't want it to be about cannibals or whatever.
Well, I don't even know if there's anything like that in there still, but I feel like there was another movie I watched recently too. It's not quite like a scary or a horror movie. It's like a horror satire where it's more they're trying to be funny and make fun of certain things, and I think maybe this is movie is more of a thriller. Like you don't know what's going to happen and if somebody's going to live or die or whatever. I think that's what's going on in that movie.
Oh,
it's not like a horror or a gross movie or anything, but like even a scary movie.
It's Well, that guy I had to look up his name. Ralph Fiennes. Is that how you say it?
Fiennes is great.
Yes.
Yeah, he's great.
Lord Voldemort.
Yeah, he's.
I watched. So
that dude's a beast. He's been in a bunch.
I've been stuck at home all week. I tested positive for COVID on Monday.
People
got
it. Really?
Damn.
Not sure how I fucking got it.
We know how you got it. We won't say it on the podcast.
No, even everyone that I've been with is negative. So I literally have no idea.
But you were sick? Like
that's weird.
Fever and everything?
I mean, no, I had a bad migraine yesterday. That has been the worst day. But I've been fine. Like stuffy.
My grandma could have died if we didn't bring her to the hospital 2 days ago.
What?
She had sepsis or something?
Yeah, she would have died. Yeah, he said if you didn't. Yeah.
It would have turned into sepsis?
Yeah, it would have taken over her bloodstream and everything.
Well, let me go delete my comments. Hold on.
Okay. I didn't understand what you said. Anyway.
Wait, I was going somewhere though, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were talking about
you were stuck at home all week.
My bad.
Yeah, where was I going?
You watched something.
You watched movies.
What did you watch first week?
How you tested for
Spectre.
COVID?
I watched Spectre with I watched Spectre. What?
How did you know you had COVID? Desi asked you if you were sick and you said no.
Oh, well, okay. So, I always, if I start to feel sick, I'll take a COVID test.
Okay.
And so Sunday, all of a sudden, my throat started getting a little scratchy. And normally when my throat gets scratchy, it's because I've, smoked too much the day before. Mm-hmm. And when I woke up Monday and my throat was still scratchy, I was like, well, maybe I should take a COVID test.
Okay.
And I was positive.
All right. That's all I was. Glad you're still here.
Spectre is the ghost alien movie thing?
No, that's
Spectre, the Bond film.
That's Spectral, Travis.
Oh yeah, Spectral. Yeah.
That's actually underrated.
I liked it.
Pretty sure I've seen
Spectre
before, but I don't think I had watched it all the way through, and I watched all the way through, and I forgot Fiennes was in that. But what's the last Bond film?
No Time to Die.
Yeah,
I gotta see that still.
I just watched it a few weeks ago. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Daniel Craig's actually a really good Bond.
He's a really good Bond.
He's number 2. He's number 2 Bond.
Who's number 1?
And who?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Timothy Dalton. I don't know.
I like Roger Moore. I'm Roger
as much as it sucks, I actually really like the Brosnan films.
Yeah.
I was saying I need to watch them again because I haven't seen any of them since I was.
Bad actor. Halle Berry's in it. Horrible.
I don't remember Goldeneye. Dude, Goldeneye's a long ass movie.
Tomorrow Never Dies. How many is he in?
He made
like a lot.
Hey, 4.
3?
4, man.
He was in one with Halle Berry and one with Denise Richards and Goldeneye. So at least 3, probably 4.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Who was there was like an Asian woman in Tomorrow Never Dies, right?
Like an Asian woman.
What wasn't it?
Lucy Liu. I don't know.
Was it Lucy Liu?
Was it?
No, I know who you're talking about though.
I do think Roger Craig is a great Bond though, because he has like the most like grit to him.
Casino Royale is a fucking amazing movie.
Oh, with what's his face?
Is it Casino Royale and then Spectre and then
No, Spectre's like number 4.
Yeah.
He's done that many?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been in a shit ton. What? He's the most tenured, right?
No, Roger Moore did. He recently.
No, I thought Bond broke it.
It was Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall. Then maybe Spectre.
Yeah, Roger Moore has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6, 7.
Well, how many?
He had 7.
Oh, okay, wow. Well, he was doing Octopussy and all that good shit.
Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, probably the best one.
He raped the moon.
How about the Mandela effect from Moonraker? You guys know about that?
Have I even seen Quantum of Solace?
Oh, dude.
Is that the one with the cage underwater at the end?
Which one is the one with Javier Bardem?
What was Casino
Royale? Is that the one where he gets his balls whacked in the chair?
Oh, you don't like to see that.
That was after Casino Royale.
Quantum of Solace, he like goes to a hotel in the desert or some shit like that, and he
blows up.
Yeah, or I don't know if it's a hotel, but some place in like a desert or something.
Can I ask you guys a question here?
Sure, Desi.
I'm gonna have to go rewatch all of the Daniel Craig.
Films seriously, dude.
That might just be my day.
Eric, aren't you a Bond fanatic?
No, not really.
I've 100% never seen Quantum of Solace. Never.
Damn, I'm jealous.
I've slept on Daniel Craig as Bond.
Yeah, you did.
I definitely saw.
I don't care about your Daniel Craig.
Guys, do you know what the Mandela effect is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you heard about the Mandela? You don't.
I forget what it is.
I know what it is.
It's when everybody remembers a certain event a certain way, but then when you look up the way it happened, it didn't actually happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
So the big one is in Moonraker, James Bond. Does anybody remember when? That. So remember Jaws, the character. Mm-hmm. He wherever they are, he's on like an airlift trolley and jumps off and lands in front of this little blonde, like innocent girl, and they smile at each other, just like have a smile. And she, the way a lot of people remember is what connects the two is she smiles with a huge smile and has these big braces. And then he smiles, and then he has his jaws, metal teeth, and it's like, okay, and then they connected from that. But if you go back and watch, there's no braces, and there's no version of it with her with braces. It's a really interesting thing.
That is weird how that works. It's seriously weird as fuck.
That people reference.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one, honestly.
I don't know. I wouldn't. Yeah. I think there's. I know one of the biggest ones.
Good movie.
Was have you heard the one that the movie with Sinbad, Shazam? It never existed, and everyone is like positive that was a movie. I am almost positive I remember a movie with Sinbad.
That's from a movie we watched recently.
Yeah, that's a Mandela effect thing as well. People think that was real.
Oh no, that's from a show on Netflix. Do you watch? Oh my god, what's it called? It's a cartoon.
Shazam or something.
Yeah, that's what they say that the Shaq movie Kazam is actually what. Yes.
Think of.
They're two different films though.
They say that the Sinbad film doesn't exist, and like people are positive that it. See, I'm telling you.
Here's an article right here. We found Sinbad's Shazam genie movie.
Oh, so it does. Okay, because there was a whole argument. People
I
were
saw
saying
it.
That was not.
Yeah.
So did I. But they were telling me I did it. So this is a problem. I just got Mandela.
You got a big problem.
You got a huge problem.
And can we watch?
Disregard the review that says this isn't real.
Okay.
They pulled on everybody.
Disregard. How about Sinbad and Jingle?
No, it's Kazam versus Shazam.
Sinbad crushes. And Sinbad in Coneheads kills it.
How about First Man or First Kid? I mean.
Oh, dude, that was one of my favorites.
Sinbad was actually a very good actor. We should do a Sinbad movie on the next one.
Is Sinbad dead?
No.
Wasn't he recently admitted though?
Oh, I hope not. Poor guy.
I thought I saw something like that.
Poor guy.
Are you with us, Sinbad?
I think I like some other Sinbad movie.
Can you hear me, Sinbad?
What else you got?
He's still alive.
He's good in everything, dude. What do you mean? He's
just a
Swiss Army knife. He can't miss.
Swiss Army knife?
Young all the way?
Yeah, he's got one blade. More like a kitchen knife.
Good
Jingle
burger?
all the way. Good burger, yeah.
There's his own TV show.
Yeah,
this
Good
is
Burger.
a Sinbad podcast.
Oh, and he's in Always Sunny.
Oh, it might have been House Guest, I think.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes, good one.
That's a crazy pull. See, that's the type of movies you should be watching. Those weird-ass 90s movies you almost forget about like that,
Yeah.
Some of those movies.
Travis.
What do you mean a fake out?
The Sinbad thing.
Oh, remember? Well, like for
Guest?
me, what was it called?
No,
Blank Man. Blank Man was my shit.
We found Sinbad Shazam Genie movie. That is a fake out. That is something that was recently made.
I didn't say that.
You did say that.
I did?
I
said it.
I maybe didn't read enough. It's on IMDb.
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 Too many M's because IMDb. I was like, is that? I don't think that's real.
I mean,
Sure.
Whatever. Sure. It's definitely...
I found another 90s movie I'd never heard of. My favorite one that I've seen recently that fell through the cracks was Nick of Time with Johnny Depp and Christopher Walkenson.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Quick. Was it?
It's Christopher Walkenson. You got it.
Okay. Hawkinson. Anyway, what about? Did you guys remember this movie Cadillac Man with Robin Williams?
I never saw that.
It's on one of the streaming platforms I saw. I started it, but I fell asleep. But slipped through the cracks. Rated R. So
Centennial Man with Robin Williams.
Yeah, this is called Cadillac Man, 1990. He's a car deal salesman.
You can't get over Christopher Walkenson.
Christopher T.J. Hawkinson.
How many movies is
Christopher Walken.
Guess over under 80 movies.
I just like the Walkinson.
Over under 80 movies for Robin Williams. What do you think?
80?
80.
I'm going over, man. That dude was prolific.
I'm gonna say
under.
It's like
78.
I'm gonna say right at 80 because you said 80.
Like Ben? Over under 80 movies for Robin Williams. You still thinking about Daniel Craig? And
what is Ben thinking about?
No.
Daniel Craig's abs are sick.
They're probably staring at the Ethereum chart right now.
What, Ben?
Very shocked by this.
What?
Sinbad's kids came out and said there was never a genie movie.
I told you.
We need to make a whole podcast.
The biggest Mandela effect.
Robin Williams was in 111 movies.
That is
nice.
surprising.
Over under 80, yeah.
I said just 80 because that was my guess.
Yeah, well, we know name the best one. What Dreams May Come. Come on, what are you doing?
Oh, that's a great one. That's a good one. And you know what? A good Christmas movie. I know we're just past Christmas, and it's not Robin Williams, but Family Man. Have you ever heard of that? With Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
With Nicolas Cage.
Is it Meg Ryan? Or no? Is it Téa Leoni?
I don't know, but that reminds me of When Dreams May Come for some reason.
What's the one where he's the robot, where he's the android?
That's
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, Bicentennial Man. That was a great one.
He was in some dude.
I brought that up 2 minutes ago when you were fucking.
Sorry.
I brought up too much.
Sorry.
I
wasn't paying attention. I'll admit.
I fucking know you.
That's Shazam. I told you Shazam didn't exist.
Yeah, I got Shazammed apparently.
Same here. I know I saw it. They're lying.
I swear I did too, but whatever.
Has anybody? So you guys seen RRR?
No, I haven't seen it.
We don't need to do a podcast on it because there's just so much competition for reviews on that right now, probably. But,
we're gonna really.
I haven't had the urge to rewatch.
What is it?
It's
an Indian film.
It's Indian, but I mean, it's just so well produced. I mean, high budget. It seems like.
They said that guy's trying to break into Marvel. He's like, you got to give me a Marvel role.
Dude,
now.
I mean, you'll like this guy. I mean, just badass. Both the lead actors. I mean, just total badasses.
Sick name. What do you think, Desi? Yeah, first of all, Desi, you're not a guest. You're supposed to be a part of this. You're not a guest. You're a shoehorn. What do you mean? You were in the inaugural shoehorn. You just keep being like, I got my great, stuff happens. We get it. We want you a part of the team.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. I will do my best. I'm actually going to Vermont next week.
Montpelier.
Just killed it. I was going to give you the choice to choose the next movie.
I can still do the podcast.
Talk to me, Desi.
I can probably make a way. I mean, it's
Vermont behind you?
It's like a family, just chill in the Airbnb kind of trip. Do what you want to do whenever you want to do it.
Coke.
Yeah, where is that behind you? That looks fucking sick.
That looks like Vermont.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Skype always gives me a random picture. No, just
that's cool as shit. Like, come on, man.
It's Breckenridge, Colorado. You can just click on it.
No,
I want some snow, dude.
Wow, I was gonna say somewhere in Europe.
Oh shit! I didn't know what that bee was. I thought that was some sort of sponsored thing Desi was running with. Good for you, man.
Yeah, he's sponsored.
Hey, I'm Desi, brought to you by Bing. Go ahead and search whatever
you want. Yeah, I thought it was Bing. I legit did think it was Bing.
Hey, I'm Desi Moore, brought to you by AskJeeves.com.
There you go. Good for you, and that's good.
Yeah, it's Microsoft Bing Daily. It literally is Bing.
Look at Ben.
Oh, it is.
Still searching for the Sinbad movie. Look at him.
Nah, he's looking at crypto. You're looking at crypto.
God, I saw it. I saw Sinbad. He disappeared into a genie lamp.
I never saw that. Was it a small part in some other movie?
No, Travis. No.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Well, what movie are we doing next week?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay, I got a couple of suggestions. I would maybe Desi and Travis have you guys seen Nope?
No, but I would like to.
Jordan
Peele?
You're kidding me.
I would like to.
That's it.
You liked it?
It's the best movie I've.
What?
This is gonna be. Did you see it?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying. Like, dude, I'm different from y'all, but like, this is like to me. This is what a movie is supposed to be. Like,
I'm gonna judge you if I don't like this. Damn.
That's fine. I've looked on IMDb, and some people were like, "Is this movie good?" Nope. I was like, "Oh, fuck off." So no, bro.
The trailer got me for that. That really got me. Like, it's about aliens, right?
To me, it's a mixture of kind of like, I think it's an ode to like a lot of different movies, but like Jaws mixed with Close Encounters.
Don't say too much because I don't really want to know anything. Actually.
That sounds amazing. But actually, that would be great because I don't really have any interest in watching it, but this would make me watch it, and I'll probably like it. So
neither did I.
Make me watch it.
Well, yeah.
Neither did I. I had no interest.
I never would have watched 13th Warrior. That's why we're doing this, Ben.
Yeah.
Please watch. I am so happy that I thought for sure one person would have seen it. Maybe Travis was my guess because I know Ben had it.
Now here's the question: where is that available for free? Because if it ain't, we ain't doing it.
It's for free on Peacock, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or it was at one point.
Okay, let's double check that.
Yeah, we're gonna double check it.
Yeah, that's the problem because this is kind of a premium movie. Like,
wait, how did you see it?
How did you watch it?
I tell you guys, I got all the. I don't know why you guys.
Yeah, we stopped the conversation there, right?
I just have.
Well, then, we can't watch.
Nope is available on Peacock. Double check it.
I don't have Peacock.
But it is there.
Who's got Peacock?
Studio movie.
Peacock.
See, watch now with a Peacock subscription. Okay.
Yeah, who has Peacock?
Peacock subscription is the only thing available. I don't have Peacock, so.
All right, I'll give you a password. How about that, huh?
Is it available on there, Eric?
That's what it says. Yeah.
I mean, I saw it available there a while ago, and
dude, I will watch it again.
It still says that.
So excited.
Yeah, so if it's still saying that, I think it's there.
Share passwords, please. Watch.
Well, I guess I would. When did it drop in? When did it drop?
A few months ago.
Yeah, it should be. It should be available.
It's been a while at this point.
It's pretty recent.
A couple years ago.
This was 2022.
Yeah.
No, it was 2022, but it was a while ago.
Really?
Okay.
At most, like summer 22.
It
Yeah.
must have come out early.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be. I can't wait. It's
All right. Well, what are other people trying to toss around?
Well, I think we should go with that. So I really don't want to give away the one that I want.
All right. Okay.
I thought of one. Well, actually, might as well throw it out there. What do you think?
Get it. I think get it circulating.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Everyone's seen this. It's a comedy. You guys know Christopher Guest?
No.
That sounds very familiar.
He's Best in Show is probably his best known.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of same kind of actors, same cast, but the movie itself is called Waiting for Guffman.
Yeah, okay.
Huh. I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
Okay, then that's going to be mine in a couple of weeks. If you want to put that on your radar.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a drama comedy, but
it's
a guy who does Best in Show, which is probably.
Oh, it's got Fred Willard.
He also did. It's funny you said that, Eric. He just was brought up by two of my aunts last night in conversation. He did Princess Bride also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm all in.
Yeah, he also did something else I saw pretty.
Is there a lot of
Tommy Boy?
Spinal Tap also.
Spinal Tap, Tommy Boy.
This guy's prolific.
Walk Hard.
Right, okay.
Yeah, all right. Let's do it. 2 weeks.
Hard.
Nope, and then
Walk Hard forever.
It's a very
we're basically never gonna get
dry comedy, but I think
movies I suggest.
We're getting to you, Ben. What do you got? Death. What are you putting out there? Death to Smoochie?
No, I have nothing. We can do those. I've got nothing new at least.
Well, I do want to do Death to Smoochie at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that in a long time.
We'll have to have a debate.
Also, this is the 3rd episode. We have 5 members. This I've never had a. This is my first.
Third.
This is my first movie. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, no, it is the 3rd, I think.
I'll wait my turn. I'll wait my turn.
Desi, you do whatever you got to do, you guys.
If you've got one that can trump,
I am floored.
I'm not selecting the order. I'm just saying that's one I have on my wish list. If you want to put it on your radar to watch.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. That actually makes sense. Maybe you could get a head start so nobody has a conflict of not that you want to spoil the next week's movie, but
maybe it's better to hold them in the chamber.
Yeah, hold them until someone has no ideas. That way, good ideas don't get pushed aside every week.
Yeah, it's true. Well, yeah. I still don't.
We're in this for the long haul, man. You're going to get plenty of movies in there.
Nah, I don't care.
One day. I want to watch that.
Which one?
What? Oh, this is that movie?
What was the name of the movie he was in where he was the president's son body?
First Kid.
First Kid, was that it?
First Kid was good.
I also brought that up when I mentioned Bicentennial Man around that time.
Not surprising.
Who was the kid?
Ooh, good question.
Somebody.
I don't know if you ever
Taylor Thomas?
No,
I remember the kid. He was in other shit.
Wasn't that in Blank
Check? 2 other things.
Was he Blank Check
he
guy?
wasn't Blank Check. No.
Luke Dabbitt.
Yes,
Mighty Duck.
Blank Check.
Oh.
Right.
who was in Blank Check?
You might be right. No. Mighty Duck sounds familiar.
Blank Check was the Home Alone guy.
He was a young Gordon. No, he was young Gordon.
No. Richie Rich was Macaulay Culkin.
Dude, that Richie Rich, when he had the McDonald's up in the joint, oh my God, bro, that movie. It was envious as fuck.
Pierce.
Yeah, I know. What were they doing to us as kids? Blank Check, Richie Rich, just
trying
to make
his laboratory with
Dad?
the bee. He had the guy making the bee and stuff. He had oh my God, it was so cool.
Yeah.
He didn't he hook up with a hot woman in that movie?
No, that was big.
Yeah, no, they're calling it rape. That's Blank Check.
Yeah.
Right.
2022 is calling that rape.
I thought it was Milk Money.
Yeah.
He definitely makes out with her.
Blank Check. Yeah.
Is that
there was some hot shit going on.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. She was grooming him, and it was rape.
She was grooming him, and
wait, what?
In the movie Blank Check, the kids were I just based off my memory, he was 12, and there's a scene he makes out with a for sure woman,
25-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's hot. Yeah, it's hot.
And I just brought that up, and Travis said they're calling her rape.
Yeah, they are. I read something about that.
No, I think she was way older than him.
Yeah.
Don't hate on the kid.
I'm looking at a picture of it right now. Yeah, she's definitely in her 20s.
As a kid, you're ooh, I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, they were getting us mad titillated on some weird shit back then, bro. You got to be.
The Professional is the
that was
best
Weinstein's
case of that.
glory days. You had to do sexual favors to get in roles. That's why I think Julia Roberts. I want to know.
Desi, where did they touch you,
girl?
On my ear.
Show me where they touch. Show me. Start.
It's just on my ear, a little yank.
The ear in your pants.
Just a little Weird Al Yankovic on it, maybe, huh? A little bit.
Is it nope?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, we're doing Nope. I'll watch a scary movie for you guys.
That's perfect.
Not
perfect. Happy to watch it.
Oh my God, I am so satisfied to see four squares next to me that haven't seen this movie. I am so shocked. This is weird. Eric, I swear to God, to me, you were saying that you asked Nick about because there's no good movies that have come out.
Yes, I did say that.
I thought of this when I remembered you saying that. But
yeah, that makes sense. I definitely thought this came out a couple years ago for some reason.
July 22nd, 2022.
Yeah, no, because it's similar to. It's got the same guy from Get Out, and Jordan Peele also did it.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
that's why you're confused.
Okay. I never saw what was it, Us? I didn't see his second one. I saw Get Out.
Well, maybe that's what I was thinking of as Us. That's what.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, I never saw.
Oh.
That wasn't the subject matter to me. That wasn't. I'm not into that. Like, this looks like more like something I'd be into.
That's all you really see in the preview.
Well, Jaws mixed with Close Encounters of the Third Kind is pretty much the biggest selling point you can get to.
Well, I'm trying to sell you here. You ever heard of Dana? You remember when, I'm Ari Golden. Yeah.
You really did. My jaw dropped when you said that. That's a perfect selling point for me.
I don't know, man. I think people just are doing too much nowadays. I don't know. I just feel like
do less.
I think we're getting to that point now. I think. I mean, everything has, art, everything. It has to go through some highs and lows to get better again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Art generally has gotten worse in the past.
But a lot of times I've loved movies because I didn't know as much about it. Like for this movie, I didn't know much about it because I kind of looked at it and was like, I don't know if that's for me. Maybe I'll get around to it. And then we finally did.
And then you can set the bar low, and then your expectations.
Yeah, I did. Those are some of the best experiences.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean that's a problem for me is I don't do this as much anymore, but it used to be like, all right, IMDb, James Cameron, and he's got Avatar coming out 4 years from now. I'm getting excited about it for 4 years, and that's not a good example because I liked Avatar, but when you know about a movie through its whole production process and you're excited about it, it's easy to be let down.
Yeah, for sure.
That is 100%. That was.
I had a lot of.
Star Wars.
I was expecting a lot more to get back to what we've been talking about at the beginning. 13th Warrior. I'm just sorry. I was expecting a lot more out of you, Travis, from this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I won't. Yeah, I agree.
And I don't blame you because I think you watched it when it came out, and then and I didn't, so I get that.
I mean,
I don't know. I still like it.
When did Men in Black come out?
Like it. I don't think if you watch it for the first time
in the early 2000s.
I think it was like 99, similar time.
I think it was 99.
What?
I swear to God, Men in Black came out. Like, it's a similar thing of seeing, like, Men in Black. Like, I didn't see 13th Warrior back then. I wasn't necessarily into that shit. Like, I was into Alien.
97.
I probably wasn't allowed to see it. It was probably PG-13.
So, bro, like, I'm telling you, if you had seen that, it would have had more meaning to you.
I just
Men in
said
Black
that.
came out in 1999, I wouldn't believe you because I would say Men in Black looks like it was made in the early 2000s, and this movie looks like it was made in the late 80s.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
I mean, okay, another great 90s movie. Well, I'm not saying 13th Warrior is great, but a 90s movie, 94, Braveheart. Guess the budget. 94. I was just thinking about this because Braveheart and 13th Warrior kind of like visually look kind of similar.
Yeah, they're using a lot of actors.
How much was the budget for Braveheart, you think? Don't look it up.
Who directed it?
I actually guessed $60 million or something.
Who directed it?
Yeah, $40 million. I don't know. Didn't Mel Gibson direct it or no?
I think so.
I can't find that right now.
Usually directs his movies.
What?
So Eric said 60, but anyway, so we just talked about 13th Warrior up to 160 million. Braveheart was 65 to 70 million, and they just
but that's 5 years. I mean, I don't know because I don't know how the movie industry was moving at that time. 5 years could have been a lot, like in terms.
But they already had 13th Warrior had seen Braveheart, see how that was made, and to do
something. At the time,
you're right. Yeah,
that was a huge budget. That was
a
$300 million budget. If it was today.
But why? Because Antonio Banderas?
No, it was. I don't know.
Banderas was like the only recognizable actor.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think part of it, Ben was saying that they did reshoots. Reshoots are expensive, so that might have been a big part of it.
Yeah, they might have gotten themselves into a hole, and it's like, well, we have to finish or else we're just gonna.
Yeah, we have to put something out that could potentially make some money back.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure. Well, this is what I didn't even think about when did Jurassic Park come out? I'm sure this was
94.
It was a Michael Crichton money grab. He was hot, baby. I mean,
it definitely had like the blueprint to be like, oh, this is gonna be a blockbuster, and just obviously didn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, what other Michael Crichton movies were coming out? I mean, he had a bunch of shit, correct?
Sphere, Congo,
yeah.
for sure.
Congo. Congo
I love Congo too, man.
But I don't know if anything happened really.
No, wait, what?
Sphere. That had Fishburne, right?
Did it?
Yeah. No. That was the other one. That was Dustin Hoffman and Sharon Stone.
And Sharon Stone, yeah.
The other, what was that? It was Horizon, Event Horizon.
Oh, Event Horizon.
Didn't Michael Crichton do Westworld as well?
Damn, weren't those similar themes like though? Yeah. They were both in like underwater stations.
And Event Horizon was in space.
That's space. But
was it?
Yeah, it's a space station.
Are you
or whatever.
Sure?
Yeah, disappeared into a black hole. Blah blah blah. It's the dude from Jurassic Park though. It's Sam Neill up in that bitch with Lawrence Fishburne.
But they are actually kind of similar because it's sort of. I mean, I don't even remember what Event Horizon was about. I think it was like the devil or something. But it's
like
sort
a dead ship, yeah.
Like the fear. It's sort of this fear kind of thing.
Is Sam Neill related to Pierce Brosnan? Sometimes I confuse them. Like they kind of look like brothers. As they've gotten older.
Sam Neill.
I don't think
Sam Neill's the Jurassic Park.
I mean, actually, I kind of know what you're saying now, but I don't.
Oh, he's the paleontologist.
Yeah.
Man, I just love this. Come on. We just need to do a 90. I know there's probably 90s podcast, but we were the luckiest children ever. Like when we grew up was absolute perfection. We were getting all the entertainment at the right time, but we were still playing outside, but then going home and playing N64 and fucking Men in Black was dropping, Toy Story. Get the fuck out of here. We were on fire. We might all be depressed because of it later in life, but...
Well, now the kids are depressed at 12 because they all have iPhones at 12, so we did better.
Yeah, we did.
They don't have their own iPad or...
Remember when those colorful Apple computers came out, and those even those
G2s?
Oh yeah.
So hot.
Alpha Pro.
Guess how much semester at ODU was in early '80s? I was talking to my aunt about this. This is crazy.
$3,000, $2,000,
$500.
Yeah, $850.
It's a joke. It's
really
$12,000 now. Yeah.
They bent us over, man. They bent us over so good.
It's the cost of school and then salaries going down. I mean, God.
It makes no sense. What's the point of even going to school?
How's Bitcoin doing, boys? How's it doing?
Oh, it's ripping through the
today.
ceiling today.
Shit. Yeah, man.
Fucking ass is on fire from this shit today. I'm back. I got a couple NFTs, man. Like,
you're back, baby.
I have no Bitcoin right now.
You're back, baby.
That coin. Yeah, you got that Bitcoin.
I aped into NFTs the other night. I mean, this is a short squeeze, I think. I mean, enjoy it.
What kind of NFTs can you ape into?
What are we doing?
I'm not. This is weird. This is weird, but it's called feet pics, and it makes sense. It makes sense. I think it makes sense. Feet pics are popular. I see you hear about them. They have the feet commercials. Yeah, well,
I hope all the feet.
I think this one makes sense to me. This one makes sense.
Good luck, Desi. Good luck.
And they're doubled up. I mean, I paid like $100 for two of them. They're like $180 right now.
Cash out.
Yeah.
Cash out.
This one's. This is like where you get retarded enough. I think this is how you. These are like when you have to like think like
Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu, you gotta go Shiba Inu. All right, now we're gonna pivot off of that and head right back on into movies because I'm over cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Have any of you? I mean, I realize I'm not getting a movie for a while, but have any of you seen Starship Troopers?
Woo!
Of course.
I never seen it.
Shut the fuck up, man! You said, "Oh my god!"
That movie you're not going to get me to watch. I won't.
Let me just say this. Why not? What do you think? You know better? You think you're better than me?
I can't watch that one.
You don't want to see a bug explode?
No.
I feel like that was one of the first.
What's your problem with exploding bodies? These are just arachnoids.
I need to watch. That's a black hole for me. A brown spot.
What are you going to say, Eric?
I was just going to say, I feel like that was like one of the first very adult movies that I saw. I love that movie.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, you ever heard of co-ed showers?
Yep.
You wouldn't even know.
Dude, I was terrified of that movie when it came out, but I loved it at the same time.
Same. That's man.
I definitely when I saw it, I was like, I shouldn't be watching this, I don't think. But it was like,
this is absolutely.
Oh, hell no, dude.
Yeah, but we were. My dad would have been so proud of me. You're watching Starship Troopers. Load them up.
I didn't even get to see American Pie until like 3 years after it was out.
Oh, God, American Pie. Don't even get me started on those boners. That's a boner fest. Oh, God, Chandler. Those titties.
When I told my mom that I watched it down the street at Daniel Plummer, she was like, "I can't believe you watched that. I told you I didn't watch it."
That's so funny, dude. I had to snake Ian and Seth Jacobs. I used to hang out with them, and their dad, whatever you want, I'll get you the Baskin Robbins, and you watch the pornos, rated R, slide it on through. He was from Boston. He didn't give a shit. We were watching rated R when we were 11.
Do you know
whatever?
Do you know your first rated R movie?
Rest in peace, Lee Jacobs. Rest in peace. What?
Do you know? Does anybody remember their first R-rated movie?
That's a great question. I think it might be Starship Troopers, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good candidate.
I think that was a lot of people's. Mine was my dad actually turned it off immediately, but it was Basketball Diaries with Leonardo.
Wow.
Because I was obsessed with him after.
That's a great movie.
And so he's sitting there watching it with me, and then the hooker walks by. He's like, "I'll give you a blowjob for some dope."
Before.
I think I have too.
On the podcast.
On the
other podcast.
On the Marty,
sorry, guys.
Yeah. The other
on
part.
Marty,
I know my first PG-13.
All right, cut that out, Travis. Cut that out.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's not good.
We're not.
I didn't even hear it. We're just gonna pretend like we didn't hear that.
Moving on.
My first PG-13 movie is another Michael Crichton movie, actually.
Talk to me.
Huh?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. I remember.
I assume is Poltergeist.
I wanted to see it.
Probably.
Yeah. I
watched that on accident. I'd say that was my first R.
So mine was Alien.
Out of me.
Go ahead, Eric.
I was trying to say. I remember being at my friend's house for like he was having like a birthday party sleepover, and I had never seen a PG-13.
Poltergeist is PG.
What?
No, Dad brought out Jurassic Park, and we all were like, "Oh God!" We all were like 10. We're like, knew what was about to happen. Then he was like, "Hold on, what is this for?" And he's like, "PG-13. How old are you guys?" And we were like, "No, you're not." And he's like, "What was it about dinosaurs? Whatever." And just put it on, and it was the best of my life watching that movie.
Wow. That first raptor scene is pretty fucking scary as like a 10-year-old.
No.
Oh, and the guy gets eaten off the toilet. I was like,
yeah.
Nah, bro, listen. Have you watched Jurassic Park lately, the original?
Yeah.
Oh.
It does not. You need to. It does not start. It's the start of that movie. They fucked it up. They like go to the. I don't like it. They go to the raptor pit.
Yeah.
Instead of going originally, I didn't really. I mean, I got that. I guess they were leading to the possible violence of the park, but like. To me, that was not the proper intro. The proper intro was the next scene when they were excavating. He touches down. They then take him to. I swear to God, I didn't remember that being the intro as a child. Like,
well, that's what I mean. That shit was burned into my brain, dude. That shit traumatized me as a kid. That
I know.
Was
maybe
awesome.
I just hated it. I hated it. Jurassic
Park.
The original.
Oh.
The opening scene where
when I first saw that.
What's the opening scene?
They're putting the raptor in the cage and step away.
It just to me it just kind of like it starts like that, and I don't know. It didn't give me what I wanted. It wasn't. They already were on the island. Like
you want it to be. You want to hide the sausage until the sausage appears.
You didn't need to show. I know what a raptor is. Like you could have. They already showed within. I don't know, dude. I feel like they could have.
They wanted to tickle your dinosaur bone off the gate.
My dinosaur bone was on fire. It was the 90s, baby. Dinosaurs were hot.
They really the like
claw when they're doing the
yeah. That's all you needed. He was like, "Yo, rip the fuck out, dude." Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that opinion, but I don't agree. I think that's the perfect opening
scene. That's fine, and that's fine.
Because
I may not have seen an R-rated movie until I was actually 17.
No way.
What?
I'm telling you.
My first, I actually know mine. My first, because Mike's mom called my mom, and I was 8 years old, And my mom caved to peer pressure. She let us. We ordered on HBO. It was Assassins. Believe it or not, you're not gonna believe this, man. Antonio Banderas movie and Sylvester Stallone.
Wow.
You love them.
I mean, I haven't seen it since then, but it was very violent. I remember that.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is why I know.
From the 13th Warrior, just to get back to Antonio.
What?
I was expecting more violence from this movie, like gruesome. It wasn't a lot of gruesome stuff.
A lot of decapitation.
Yeah, but it wasn't
like that.
Guts spilling and blood.
It was campy.
It was just so not engaging and like never brought you into the story. Like
absolutely.
I guess
I haven't seen a movie like that.
When you start a film with here's the entire backstory and me explaining it in 30 seconds and go, you're probably you know what you're in for. There's not going to be a lot of content. Like
I'll never watch it again
in that film.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the beginning is not great. Yeah.
And what sucks, I had to watch it twice because I fell asleep, and then my rental expired. I had to pay for this fucking thing twice, dude. I gave them $8.
That's why you're on the podcast. Like
I was not missing this because I had to pay
dedication.
$8 to watch this
dedication.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
God,
I mean, I'm not surprised that the rest of them. I am surprised that you didn't like it, Desi. I thought you, of all people, would have liked it.
Well, yeah, because you were on the kick. The 80s, 90s.
watching
Yeah,
it.
right?
90. This one does not fit the bill, dude, at all. I mean, I mean, gun action in the 90s was.
I think it was a try-hard film. Honestly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they you could see they were trying to make something great, but they were just.
But dude, hey, think about this. Is this played out now though because of Game of Thrones? Like, are we seeing it? If you hadn't seen it then, am I not going to appreciate it as much? Because
might be a good.
I mean, I think that back then I wasn't in the mood to watch anything like that. Like, I going in wasn't that excited to watch a Viking movie. I'm not into that type of shit. I'm really not. So that could have swayed.
I love how no one even mentions or brings up the fact that like the main character was a Muslim and an Indian, and like that's.
I don't get the point.
It's not even. They tried to make it a big part
relevant.
of it. Like they mentioned it so many times, but like it had almost nothing to do with the actual story.
It's like added.
That's how you get the 13th. That was my favorite part. Was like the 13th Warrior. The idea that it had to be someone not
Viking.
Oh my goodness! I have to believe
that was the whole point.
But did it have to? I mean,
but it was very rushed.
Where did Crichton? I guess that goes back to where did Crichton come up with the idea that it had to be a
outsider,
a Muslim guy. I mean, I wonder if it was based in.
It wasn't Muslim specifically. Was it specifically Muslim or just specifically not?
A little.
He was an Arab, I thought.
If you're talking about Muhammad and you're doing the praying, I think that was Muslim.
Yes,
no, he was. He said he
was trying to. He was an ambassador.
I'm an ambassador.
He was trying to spread Islam, I believe, is what he was trying to do.
Well, he couldn't drink. He said, "I can't drink fermented grapes or fermented
weed."
Weed, but the honey, yeah.
So they tried to make that an integral part of the film, but it like really did not.
Yeah, no.
Antonio Banderas, I mean, his English isn't good enough to take that role, and he was still doing his normal voice as as a Muslim guy. Like I just
so
it was Vikings, I couldn't.
They basically put a cheat in the movie so that they could all just talk normally.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa! Travis has no problem with that. No, he doesn't understand why you guys.
I mean, actually, I think it was genius.
So when I first saw it, I said. The only thought that came to my mind when I saw it was, I wonder why people haven't tried to do this more. But like, I also went from, okay, they're speaking gibberish like in a weird accent to, oh no, I'm speaking in British, and I'm like, well, that doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I was kind of like, did that just happen? Like, am I retarded? That just really they just did that? Like,
I thought they were faking to not.
Well,
understand.
I mean, it was cool. I mean, I mean, one of the cool parts about it, I thought, was at first they only a couple words are English. Yes.
Right.
He did it over the course of one night's campfire. That was a little bit of a. Is he raising his hand over there?
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
I actually have nothing to say. Just testing out the funk.
The functionality.
Podcast.
Which is good.
No, yeah, it's good. We'll use that in the future. Good job.
Yeah. I had to look up that scene. I mean, I know we're talking a lot about that scene around the campfire, but I had to look up like what just happened. And some kid was like, I study languages, and me and my brother loved that scene.
Sorry.
Dude, I had 3 notes. My last note was, should I be on shrooms? ? Fire scene. Because I just loves like none of this makes any sense right now.
How does it not make sense? There's like a point. There's a point where he only like one word is English, and it's over a period of weeks or months or something.
It wasn't even that. It was just like what was happening, like what they were talking about. I don't even remember because it wasn't memorable. I was just like, what is happening? Like,
it was very not memorable.
Weren't they insulting him too?
Yes, because that's when he clapped back at him.
Yeah, typical. Yeah. Oh, the typical.
Your mother was a whore.
Frank Costanza. I know what you're saying.
He said something like, "At least I knew my father." At least I knew who my father was.
All right, everyone just watch Jack Ryan. It's a way better show than this movie. Jack Ryan is ripping. John Christian.
I told you. I've been telling you.
I'm on season 1 still. Season 1 is.
I think.
Where's Pam?
Pam is not in it yet.
She's actually she's in the show.
Yeah, she's coming up.
If they put her in the show, I'd be way more inclined to watch.
Hey, Travis, I know the answer. Did you see the Chris Pine Shadow Recruit?
No, I didn't see that.
Fuck off. That's my other underrated pick. Watch Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. It has also fucking what's his face? Field of Dreams. Kevin Costner, dude.
Costner and Chris Pine as Jack Ryan.
Yeah, it's a one-off.
Who's James Greer?
The only thing I hate about Jack Ryan is they've had way too many already.
What was James Greer? I already forgot. Hold on.
Should I know about Jack Ryan?
Yes.
Who's the author of Jack
Tom
Ryan?
Clancy.
Yeah.
I'm reading.
What is he like? Is it like a ripoff of like Bond? Like what's the Matt Damon?
No, Kevin Costner.
It's an American.
Travis,
he's an American.
Travis, what am I thinking? Travis, it's Kevin Costner, man.
Is James Greer?
No. There is no James Greer. His name is actually
it's more like if you took Bond and Bourne Supremacy put them together with no.
I don't think there is a James Greer.
The name's Bourne. James Bourne. I hate that movie series.
Yeah, this is different, Travis. For some reason, there's no Greer. There's a Hoppa, and Kevin Costner is his guy. He's molding him. Oh.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
You can't have Jack Ryan without James Greer.
Well, this might be pre-James Greer.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
But it actually has, the Kenneth Branagh, the actor from Tenet. Yeah, he's also like the villain in this or some shit. He's in it as well, which kind of I was.
Branagh.
Yeah. I kind of slept on this movie and was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I watched it and I just couldn't put it down.
No, but.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Ben.
I was gonna say has anybody ever watched the Netflix cartoon Inside Job? That's the one I was referring to. That has what you were talking, the Mandela shit.
Yeah,
they have a whole episode about the Mandela effect and
we started watching
shit.
That show is hilarious. Dude,
it is
good.
I watched the first season. I was like, "Fuck!" I actually thought that was really funny, and then the second season came out recently, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna crush."
It's like an
kind of like Rick and Morty vibes.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit, and I realized that the actress that is the main character is Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah, that's her, Lizzie Kaplan.
Yeah, her voice. Yeah, she's great. Yeah, I love her.
Has anyone also watched? Speaking of her, there's something wrong with Fleischman or something.
Fleischman? No.
No, go ahead, Marty boy.
Fleischman is in trouble on FX. Fleischman is in trouble. It's got Social Network dude in it.
Oh, Thomas.
Jesse Eisenberg.
And Jesse Eisenberg, Lizzie Kaplan, Claire Danes is in it. Adam Brody's also in it.
Claire Danes.
Oh, right. Adam Brody. Oh, wow.
From the OC.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Claire Danes recently.
No, you didn't.
Not good in
Homeland.
I mean, like, not good as in, like, you hate her character.
Like in Homeland?
Josh Radnor, the guy from How I Met Your Mother, he's in it.
No,
Pretty
Claire Danes is perfect in Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that movie is kick-ass.
It's pretty good.
It's
almost surprising because when that film came out, Leo was I think had just done Titanic maybe, so he was popping.
John Leguizamo.
Danes, that was like Dane's ticket to superstardom, and she never really popped that hard.
Yeah.
Oh, she popped. You kidding me? She popped hard.
She had a good career, but yeah, not like.
No, you're right.
She didn't do like Leo career. Yeah.
She's too good of an actress.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she was in Romeo and Juliet, and then you didn't hear about her again until Homeland. Like, 15 years later.
Homeland, she went off the rails, man. I can't. I think I hate her as a person. I think after that.
All right, Ben mentioned the Mandela effect.
Really good, Eric.
Mandela effect quiz while you guys were talking, and some of these actually kind of blew my mind.
Cool.
So I'll hear you guys tell me if it's true or false, or what you think, what your memory is of these examples.
I like
Mandela.
I do too.
The first one. Does Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo cartoon, do you remember him having an Adam's apple that protrudes or not?
I definitely do.
No.
Adam's apple? I know his neck kind of. I'm gonna say,
does he have a protruding Adam's apple?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna say no. I don't remember. I don't think so.
It's just not. It's not a quiz. It's like you're honest.
Yeah. No, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I was with you, Ben. I said yes. He has no protruding Adam's apple at all, and that kind of blew my mind.
Maybe it's because we take our cues from a dick in a neckerchief.
I was like, that was a crazy voice you just did.
Okay. Don't go that way.
Next one.
Raisin Bran cereal. Does the Sun logo wear sunglasses or not?
Yes.
No.
Wait, say that again?
The Raisin Bran cereal, there's a logo. It's like it's a sun, and it's scooping some Raisin Brans. Is the sun wearing sunglasses?
I'm gonna say yes.
No.
That's my honest. I honestly remember.
Yeah, I think I
said yes too, but it's also no sunglasses.
I just looked it up, and it looks so weird. Like it.
Right?
Wearing sunglasses though?
Huh?
Does Raisin Bran have a raisin? Is there a raisin logo or
no? That's something different.
That has
movie theater shit.
Is that in your head? I don't know.
No, not the sun. I don't remember the sun. I feel like there was a raisin that wore something.
There's a Raisin Man. That is a thing.
I'm probably thinking of Mr. Peanut.
Raisinets wore glasses.
No, Raisin. I swear.
Is it a Raisinets thing?
Yeah.
From movie candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raisinets.
Exactly. They're tricking you. It's a mixture. We see too much shit, our brain can't handle it. Then you overlap shit.
Okay. Does the Monopoly Man have a monocle or not?
I hope so. I really fucking hope so.
I'm gonna be sad.
He definitely doesn't.
No,
dude.
Just a top hat.
That can't be real.
He doesn't have a monocle.
That's the fucking Peanut Man.
That's what they're saying. It can't be real.
He does not have a monocle. He has a top hat, a mustache, and a cane.
Number 13, people remember a Sinbad Genie movie from the 90s.
I can't believe that's not real.
I'm so happy. I told you, and I saw it. Trust me, I've been through this.
What is it?
The Sinbad movie.
God.
Hey, Desi, did you see that Sinbad movie with Shazam? Remember Shazam with Sinbad?
No, I remember that I like you. I think it existed, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, wait,
I remember it.
So
yeah, I say yeah.
Shaq did Kazam.
Yeah.
Right.
Sinbad did Shazam.
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Jiffy or Jeff Peanut Butter?
What?
Jeff.
It's Jif.
Yeah,
I probably helped you frame it that way, but if I had said Jiffy peanut butter, does it exist or not? What would you have said? You might have been caught off guard.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably caught up. Yeah.
Right, you should probably phrase it better.
You could probably phrase it differently.
Idiot.
Sorry about that one.
That's okay.
Go through some more.
I love this.
I don't really like these.
Whoa.
I don't really like that.
Okay.
I can't believe this is.
Eric, have you seen Severance?
Oh God.
I actually haven't, and I do want to watch that. That's Apple, right?
Yeah. Apple.
I think the reason I haven't is because I don't have any access to an Apple account.
Ooh.
So if you're willing to share, which
don't ask Travis.
No. Maybe. I'll think about it.
Yeah, you let me know.
I'll think about it.
No,
actually, my two shows I've watched recently that I would both recommend are on Apple: Severance and Mythic Quest.
Yeah, Mythic Quest.
Severance is the one with
Adam Scott
guy from.
I like that guy. I would like to see him in a series.
Ben Wyatt.
What's Mythic Quest, Travis?
Mythic Quest is created by Rob McElhenney and Charlie Day.
Okay.
No, is it?
Yeah.
It's
got cricket.
Video game studio.
Rob McElhenney is like a video game creator.
What's the genre? Like, what is it?
Well, I don't know. It's a comedy, obviously.
It's like a workplace comedy.
Workplace comedy.
Do they still make new episodes of that?
I think.
Yeah, they just came out with a new season.
Yeah, season 3 just finished. I think.
Wow.
The season finale just dropped or something.
Yeah, I need to watch.
I could give that a go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to sign off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we still recording?
Why not?
Yeah, an hour and a half. That's about our limit. I think that's good.
We can stop recording. And thank you for listening to the Shoehorn podcast. I hope you not watch
Shoehorn
unless you're into that kind of thing.
Yep.
Next week we'll be reviewing Nope by Jordan Peele from Key and Peele fame.
Oh, I'm so psyched. Oh my.
What's the Beatles recommendation? And we thank you for joining, and we'll see you next week from Vermont. Signing off.
From Vermont.